Well, hello again. I'm sitting in the shade again today. As soon as I've started doing this, the wind is picking up. I'm hoping that it's not affecting the microphone too severely. Just a quick update on the drone hysteria. Drone hysteria. And surprise, surprise, I know it's to even consider that I could be wrong is preposterous. You know, it's just not going to happen, is it? You know, I was saying the other day, these drones are nothing whatsoever to do with ET. They may be foreign actors playing around with drones, maybe that live in America or live in the UK, and it may be offshore drone incursions from a ship or a submarine. And then it would just be the drone hobbyists jumping on the bandwagon to get their drones on the news. Simple as that. That's all it is. And surprise, surprise, what do we have? A Chinese national was arrested a few days ago after flying his drone over Vandenberg Space Force Base. Now apparently they've tracked the drone back to its source, and it went to some sort of not a building site, what was it? Sort of demolition site, something like that. Disused buildings being demolished. 3 guys were there. One ran off and they haven't captured him. The other 2 were arrested. One of them was a Chinese national. So they're going to be asking him if he's operating on behalf of the Chinese state, trying to gather intelligence for the Chinese government. Tusk. And there was another one as well. There was 2 American guys arrested. I think this was yesterday or the day before. Now these are just straightforward American civilians. They were arrested for operating a drone over Logan International Airport and Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. So there's the civilians that are jumping on the bandwagon. You know, so you got the military guy doing a little bit of surveillance. And there's probably additional stuff going on as well with the adversarial militaries, Chinese and Russian. And then you've got the 2 civilians jumping on the bandwagon. They want to get their drone on TV. It's exactly what I said it would be. Nothing whatsoever to do with ET. Now, you know, I said in yesterday's video, or Sunday's video I think it might have been, that the Chinese have a bulk carrier equipped with a drone swarm. And the ship's called the Bass Strait. There's a site on the internet you can go on and you can see where ships are anywhere in the world. And the Bass Strait apparently is in the South China Sea at the moment. Well, that's where its AIS device is anyway. Its position indicating beacon is in the South China Sea. Whether the ship's there or not, I don't know. But obviously, you know, if the Chinese have got one bulk carrier that's got a drone swarm on it, they're going to have others. So the fact that the Bass Strait wasn't anywhere near the east coast of America, it wasn't anywhere near the east coast of the UK, doesn't mean that another Chinese or Russian vessel equipped with a drone swarm wasn't. Now remember too, there was that other Chinese, I think that was a bulk carrier as well, wasn't it? It was just a freight ship. Dragged its anchor and severed the 2 fibre optic cables under the Baltic. Now that would have been deliberate. There's no way they would not have known they were doing that. They would have been making about half the normal speed. Obviously, once they snagged a cable, even on a ship, they're probably going to be able to tell when the cable's broken. And it happened twice, 2 cables. Now, was that ship equipped with a drone swarm? I don't think anyone's been keen to board it because it's Chinese. If it's flying a Chinese flag, they're going to be very reluctant to board it. If it's flying a flag of convenience, like Liberia, Panama, or Valletta, then maybe they would chance their arm and board it. But that might very well have a drone swarm on it. There may be a number of these ships floating around doing ordinary cargo operations, but they've just got a little team on there that operate the drone swarm. So that's what that is all about. Nothing whatsoever to do with ET. Louis Elizondo Lou Elizondo, of course, is appearing on different YouTube channels saying they're not drones, honest, they're not. Even though I've shown you a picture of a chandelier And I showed you a picture of this other thing the other day. There was a bit of polystyrene with a few light bulbs on it. They're not drones. They're alien spacecraft. Lou Elizondo, I mean, he's hemorrhaging credibility daily, isn't he, with all this bullshit. You know, he's got a book to sell, of course, and he's got talking fees. It's not in his interest to say, oh, yeah, okay, it's, you know, adversarial terrestrial people launching drones from ships or submarines, or, you know, people actually living in these countries that are foreign country nationals that are operating drones, having a look at military stuff on behalf of their government, or that it's just ordinary civilians having a laugh, getting on the bandwagon. They want to sit back, 6 o'clock news, and see their drone. You know, that airport was shut because of me. You know? So, put a line. I've said it before, personal opinion, put a line through Lou Elizondo. You know, I've said before, you know, his book is going to be another Philip Corso special, isn't it? You know? I held up a toilet roll and said I had a pre-release copy of it, because it's arse paper, and that's what it's going to be. I haven't read it. I don't need to. So he's got talking fees, he's got books to sell. So Lou Elizondo is never ever going to admit what it really is. It's always going to be NHI, possibility of ET. No. Now apparently there's another statement from another anonymous military whistleblower. There's an awful lot of them around, isn't there? Zero provenance, of course. It's not an official document. It's just a statement from an anonymous whistleblower that says he knows that we're interacting with non-human intelligences. There's video footage and all this. Now, obviously, it doesn't matter how good the video footage is. No one can look at an image or a video clip and say that is an extraterrestrial vehicle. You need a piece of it, and you need to be able to analyse it. You need to have multiple respectable universities analysing it. You can't look at an image and say that's an ET. That's such a monumental claim. And he's saying that, you know, apparently take a look at James Fox's new documentary, The Program. I think that was mentioned actually in this statement, okay, from the anonymous military guy. Have a look at James Fox's new documentary, The Program. Now, I've seen James Fox's stuff, and I think to be honest, he's a waste of time. Personal opinion, put a line through James Fox. Absolute waste of time. I did a spoof video, April the 1st, where I said that, you know, I used to work for a trusted defence contractor back in the UK. And, you know, I was part of a go team, if you like, that would have to respond to falling objects. You know, the DI-55, they go and check these things out because bits fall off Russian spacecraft. You know, it could be anything. Obviously, anything. You go and have a look at it. You never find ET. All right, you won't put a line through it. Is it an ET object? But it never is. Okay, so on this particular occasion, it was. And I went through this whole story of how I was picked up. You know, the police were there at the local village greens. I lived in a little village. Some of this is true. The best lies are hidden in a cloud of truth, aren't they? So the police cleared the village green. You know, helicopter came, picked me up, went to Wales, I think it was, where this thing had crashed. We interacted with the aliens. Now, shortly after that, James Fox did a video, and he was saying that he's bringing this thing out, and he's got some new witnesses, and he said, and he looked into the camera and he said, and this is not an April Fool's joke. So James Fox obviously watched my video, so thanks for the view, James. And obviously he lapped it up. He lapped it up like a lizard drinking, as we say here in Australia. Lapped it up like a lizard drinking. And then someone pointed out to him that it was done on April the 1st. No. Otherwise, he probably would have been trying to get hold of me to appear in his new documentary. Well, I sounded a bit like Sid James there, didn't I? Anyone old enough to remember Sid James, the Carry On films? So, yeah, so James Fox is saying his witnesses are for real, but without tangible evidence, none of it is worth looking at, really. It's not worth the time of day. It really isn't. Well, that's about it. It's a very short one. It's just an update on the drone Hysteria. Put a line through Lou Elizondo, put a line through James Fox. Just look at what's going on. People are being arrested for flying these drones. You know, it's not ET. They are drones. You can get a drone and jazz it up with spikes sticking out of it and put flashing LEDs on it. These days, it's so easy to do. I went down to an electronic shop the other day to buy some bits, and they had drones in there, $120, 1080p cameras on them. You know, I mean, I could buy one of those and put some fancy lighting on it, put some lightweight stalks on it, and do a convincing-looking UAP video. Anybody can. It's all bullshit. It's not ET. ET has never been here. ET is not coming here now. There is zero tangible evidence to support ET coming here, now or in the past. There is no crashed alien spacecraft on Earth. There's no alien bodies in jars. It's all bullshit. And finally, unsurprisingly, I haven't heard from Jon Stewart. You know, he wanted to come on and have a chat. And he must have realised that he might have looked at a few of my previous videos where I demonstrated his jumping line device. It says obviously an oscilloscope used for effect. Where they get DNI from Bob Lazar. You know, he's obviously realised that he would get torn to pieces in very short order. So I haven't heard from Mr. Stewart. If that's not the case, and you want to come on, John, leave a comment below and we'll fix it up. But I strongly suspect Mr. Stewart is hiding under the table, or only appearing on channels that will lap up his hogwash. He said that he thought Victor was Stan Deyo. Now Stan Deyo says it's not him. Now, Stan Deyo, I don't know what background Stan Deyo is claiming, but he used to sell computers and calculators just up the road from here in Perth, Australia. Oh dear. Anyway, that's it. Just a quickie. Just a quick update on the drone Hysteria. You've struggled through the video all the way to this point. Many thanks for watching. I've just realised I'm sitting in the shade here. You know, it's 10 to 6 in the evening on the 18th of December 2024. I don't need to be wearing the hat. Yeah, good job. I'm not narcissistic, eh? Like people that suggest that you have to be super smart to be visited by aliens, and if you haven't seen an alien, it's because you are as dumb as a box of hammers. Thanks for watching. Maybe I'll catch you again.